Happy Monday, April 24th. So this week I wanted to dive into the premise that if you don't ask, the answer is already no. Unfortunately, many of us have been in the position where we've wanted to have something, but we were too afraid to ask for it. It could be a promotion at work or going on a date with somebody whom you really liked. Whatever it was, you hesitated, and now you're left wondering what could have been. This often leads to regret because people typically regret things they don't do. As Nora Roberts once said, quote, "If you don't go after what you want, you'll never have it. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. And if you don't step forward, you're always in the same place." End quote. It's important that we go after what we want. You can sit around all day dreaming of what might have been, but without taking action, you'll never know. It's easy to come up with excuses for not asking. Maybe you're scared of being rejected. You don't think you're good enough. But in reality, you'll never know unless you try. I learned this lesson at a young age and try and teach my kids the same. Sometimes it's painful because typically if the kids are asking for something, it's directed at me. And I'm the one encouraging them to ask. However, it's still a valuable lesson. When I was a kid, I was a grinder. I had multiple paper routes in elementary school. And I made good money going door to door shoveling snow for neighbors. I wasn't scared of rejection. In fact, when we had a major blizzard here in Harrisburg in 1993, where there was almost 3 feet of snow, I was 12 years old and I had the gumption to call local big box stores to ask if they needed their roof shoveled off. Of course, no one said yes. I didn't understand liability or insurance, but that didn't stop me from trying. When my oldest son was about the same age, we went to the annual NCAA March Madness tournament in Pittsburgh. We're exploring around and we ended up stumbling into where some of the camera crew were posted up to capture the game. My son wanted to ask to work the camera, but he was scared. After a brief pep talk and the reassurance that the worst that could happen is that he would be told no, somebody leaned over and asked, "Son, would you like to work the camera?" It turns out that person was the head coach of the Penguins NHL team. And as a result, my son got to experience what it's like to shoot video and get it on the Jumbotron. In either anecdote, asking for what you want takes courage. It means putting yourself out there, being vulnerable. Typically, this is also the only way to get what you truly desire. You can't expect things to just fall into your lap. You have to be willing to take risks and put in the work. Even if you don't get what you want, asking for it is still a valuable experience in of itself. It helps you build confidence and resilience. It teaches you that rejection is not the end of the world and that you can always try again. The worst thing you could do, in my opinion, is never try at all. So, if there's something you've been wanting, go after it. Ask for it. Don't be afraid of rejection or failure. You never know, and you might just surprise yourself. And if you don't get what you want, at least you could say you tried. Don't be content with staying in the same place, and take the first step to see where it takes you. So as always, if you're listening on LinkedIn, leave a comment below. Something that you asked for and didn't expect to get, but you did. If you're listening on Spotify, please take a minute and give me that 5-star review. And as always, remember, you are limitless.